So I just want to say to the three of you that I thought last night was really just a night for my life. This is the first conference I've been to in 2 years, and the fact that it's related to stigma, which took my son's life, and the remarks last night that this is the room where it all happens, just meant everything to me. And I just can't, it just hit me emotionally. And I just can't thank the three of you enough that we're going to work together to end the stigma that didn't affect just my son, but millions of others. And together we can do this. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Like your son, we lost a sister. And so stigma is the number one reason why people don't get help. And we can all look at our own lives and our children and our grandchildren, and we don't want them to have to suffer. And we don't want to lose any more lives. And so we have to make a difference. And we have to, all of us, get in the room and collectively work together. And it's not going to work unless we have as many people around the table.
Right. And that's what your family did. Last night brought everybody together so we can do this jointly together.
But it's been a journey for our family. We didn't get into this thinking about addressing stigma, per se. But as we started to look at all the various aspects of mental health, the one common thread among all of them is stigma. It affects everything else in mental health, and you can't address, workforce needs or, clinical care or, all the various aspects without addressing stigma at the same time, because that's like 80% of the problem.
Exactly.
The more that we started to look in and learn about mental health, the more we realized we got to tackle stigma.
Right. And all three of you recognize collective impact, bring everybody together. None of us can do it on our own.
Well, let me say I'm sorry about what you've been through with your son. And
thank you.
I'm sorry about what he had to go through and the pain that he had to go through, because I think sometimes, especially with suicide, it's hard to understand the pain that they're going through because it's not talked about. And just having dealt with suicidal thoughts myself, it's such a tricky component of life, because you don't see the pain that you're causing to other people, because you're in so much pain yourself that you just want to escape it. And it's so sad because stigma makes you a prisoner to your pain, and you're scared to talk about it, and it's hard to find that safe place.
Right.
And I wish your son and people like that are going through things would have had an opportunity to be in the room last night, and to see the hope. I
so wish that.
and to feel that energy, and to see that it's going to be okay, that there's another door, because I think we get in these dark areas of life, and the only door where we seem to find relief is that suicide door that's open to us, because it's open.
Right.
But we've got to figure out a way to open up more doors and show people that there's another way out. So
absolutely. And I feel like the worst case that's going to happen here is the loss of your sister, loss of my son, and the loss of so many others is going to help millions of people for generations. The best case is they're watching us right now, and they're just loving it. They're just so happy that we're doing this all together. And everybody was in that room all day today and all last night.
And they're asking, what took you guys so long? Come on.
Exactly right. So I'm just honored to have been there last night, to be here all today, and to be working with you and so many others to do this. So thank you for this opportunity.
We came into last night without any preconceived notions of how this would play out.
Yeah.
We're not experts, we're not professionals. We're probably the least qualified of all the people in the room.
Right.
But we know this is important, and we know this has to change, and we know that we can do better. And so if we can help, initiate a discussion that badly needs to take place about making change going forward, we want to play that role. But you gave us credit, but we want to give you credit because we're hopeful and inspired that people like you and others in the room are recognizing that now is the time
Right.
to be able to come together because, we could all do so much by ourselves, but we could do so much more collectively than we can individually. And I think that's what everyone in the room is recognizing, that, it's time.
Right.
We need to do this. We have to, for all the obvious reasons that we've just talked about.
Absolutely. And there's so many doing so much, but you recognizing, bringing us all together is going to be the power that really propels us. So I'm just honored to be with all of you. And I can't wait to look at this video in 5 years, this video right now, in 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years, and hug each other. And your daughter will be part of it, and your children, my children, and it'll be just phenomenal. So thank you all.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.